Today, we'll be exploring the sounds of comfort. Listen closely. That's the sound of you getting a complimentary hand massage at the nail salon. And that's the sound of your favorite bedroom fan, still spinning after 5 years. Now listen to the sound of a cold, creamy Starbucks mocha frappuccino drink. With deliciously satisfying flavors, Starbucks Frappuccino drinks are comfort in a bottle.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez, and today is episode 10 in our Haunted America series. It's September 21st, 2024, and we're heading down to Georgia, the Peach State. Georgia is known for its southern charm, but beneath that charm lies a darker side filled with haunted places. From historic homes to battlefields, Georgia has it all. So grab your flashlights and let's dive into 10 of the most haunted locations in the state of Georgia. Our first stop is the Sorrel-Weed house in Savannah, one of the most haunted cities in America. Built in 1840, this grand mansion was home to Francis Sorrel, a wealthy merchant of Haitian descent. The house is an example of Greek Revival architecture and has been witness to tragedy and death, which many believe to contribute to its haunted reputation. The most famous ghost associated with the Sorrel-Weed house is that of Matilda Sorrel, who was Francis's wife. According to local legend, Matilda discovered her husband's affair with a young slave named Molly. Heartbroken, she allegedly jumped from the second-floor balcony to her death. Her spirit is said to linger at the spot where she fell, and her ghostly figure has been seen gazing out from the balcony windows. Visitors have reported hearing her crying and wailing late at night, and some have felt an overwhelming sadness upon entering the house. Molly's spirit is also believed to haunt this location. She is said to have been found hanging in the carriage house shortly after Matilda's death, and her presence is often felt in that area. Paranormal investigators have recorded several chilling EVP sessions in the carriage house. One recording captured a voice whispering, "Help me," followed by what sounds like a gasp of air. In another, a faint but clear female voice can be heard saying, "Get out." This area has also seen objects move on their own, and some visitors report feeling as though they've been pushed. The Sorrel-Weed house is open for tours, including nighttime ghost tours that delve deep into its haunted history, where guests often report strange occurrences. Next, we stay in Savannah and visit Bonaventure Cemetery, a place that is as beautiful as it is eerie. Established in 1846, this cemetery is famous for its stunning moss-draped oak trees and intricate tombstones. But beneath the beauty lies a darker, haunted side. One of the most well-known spirits in Bonaventure is Little Gracie Watson. Gracie was the daughter of the manager of the Pulaski Hotel and was known for her bright smile and friendly demeanor. She died of pneumonia at the age of 6 in 1889, and her grave is marked by a lifelike statue that captures her playful spirit. Many visitors have reported seeing a little girl in a white dress playing near her grave, often running through the cemetery before disappearing. A few have even reported hearing her call out, "Come play." Others have heard a child's laughter or the sound of a ball bouncing. There's also an eerie phenomenon including her statue. People have reported seeing tears streaming down its face, which reappear even after being wiped away. Paranormal investigators using thermal cameras have detected unexplained cold spots around Gracie's grave, even on the hottest days. Another ghostly figure said to haunt Bonaventure is that of a woman in a long black dress. She has been seen wandering the cemetery at dusk, her face hidden by a veil, often appearing near the older graves. Those who have approached her have felt a sudden chill before she vanishes into thin air. Bonaventure Cemetery is open to the public, but visitors often feel a strange energy as the sun sets, leaving many to believe that the spirits here are most active at twilight. We're still in Savannah for our next stop, the Marshall House. Built in 1851, this hotel has a long and storied history. During the Civil War, it served as a hospital for Union soldiers, and later, during yellow fever outbreaks, it was used to treat the sick and dying. The ghosts of Civil War soldiers are said to haunt the Marshall House. Guests have reported seeing apparitions with missing limbs, dressed in ragged uniforms, wandering the halls. Some have heard the sounds of moaning, crying, or even rattling of chains. In one incident, a guest claimed to see a soldier standing at the foot of her bed, looking confused before fading away. In another, a child's voice was heard asking, "Where is my mommy?" A possible remnant of the yellow fever epidemic when many children were separated from their families. The hotel's basement, where amputated limbs were buried, is another hotspot for paranormal activity. People have reported feeling a cold, heavy presence when walking near this area. Guests have also reported faucets turning on by themselves, and some have smelt the strong odor of antiseptic, like that used in old hospitals. The Marshall House remains a popular destination for those wanting to experience Savannah's haunted history firsthand. Nighttime tours often include stories of encounters with the spirits that are said to roam those halls. Now we head to Atlanta to visit the Ellis Hotel, formerly known as the Winecoff Hotel. In 1946, a tragic fire broke out, claiming 119 lives. It was one of the deadliest hotel fires in U.S. history, and many believe the spirits of those who died still haunt this hotel. Guests have reported hearing screams in the middle of the night, even though there is no sound of a fire. The smell of smoke fills the air, yet no source can be found. Shadowy figures have been seen in the hallways, moving quickly before disappearing. Some guests have reported feeling a sudden heat, even when the air conditioner is turned on. In one particular room, a guest awoke to find the figure of a woman standing by the window, her hair and clothing appearing charred. She stared blankly before vanishing. Paranormal investigators have recorded unsettling EVPs in this hotel. One recording captured a woman's voice saying, "It's hot, so hot," followed by a man's voice shouting, "Fire!" The Ellis Hotel has been renovated and is open to the public, but the tragic events of that night seem to have left a permanent mark. Back in Savannah, we find the Moon River Brewing Company, a popular spot for food and drinks, but also for ghosts. The building dates back to 1821 and has served many purposes, from a hotel to a storage warehouse. Over the years, it has been the site of violence and death. The most notorious spirit here is Toby, a ghost known for his aggressive behavior. He is believed to be the spirit of a man who died in a fight in that building. Toby is said to push, slap, and even scratch visitors. Bottles fly off the shelves, and chairs have been known to move on their own. Others have seen a lady in white, a ghostly woman believed to have died in one of the rooms upstairs. She often appears at the top of the staircase and vanishes into thin air. Paranormal investigators have revealed some startling findings. One EVP captured the sound of a deep male voice saying, "Get out," while another recording of a woman softly singing an old folk tune. In the basement, where many ghostly encounters have been reported, investigators detected sudden drops in temperature and captured footage of orbs darting across the room. The Moon River Brewing Company remains open for business, offering patrons a chance to enjoy a drink and perhaps a ghostly encounter.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Next, we visit the Old Candler Hospital in Savannah, one of the oldest hospitals in Georgia. Built in 1804, it was used during multiple yellow fever outbreaks. Thousands died in its wards, and their spirits are said to remain. The morgue tunnel, used to transport bodies during outbreaks, is infamous for its ghostly activities. Visitors have reported hearing whispers, screams, and footsteps echoing through the dark tunnel. Some have even seen shadowy figures lurking in the corners, and there are reports of a creeper, a ghost that crawls along the floor, terrifying those who see it. Paranormal investigators have documented some chilling phenomenon, including a recording of a child's voice saying, "It hurts," and another capturing a faint, sinister laugh. There is also a story about a nurse who is seen roaming the upper floors, still caring for patients long after her death. She is described as wearing an old-fashioned uniform, her face appearing pale and tired. The hospital itself is closed to the public, but the legends of its hauntings continue to grow, and the brave occasionally find a way inside to investigate. Our next stop is keeping us in Savannah to the Kehoe House. Built in 1892 by William Kehoe, this beautiful mansion is now a bed and breakfast. Kehoe was a wealthy iron founder, and he designed the house himself. But some say the spirits of his family still linger. The most common sightings are of the Kehoe children. 2 of the kids are said to have died in the house, and their spirits are believed to remain. Guests have heard the sound of children running and playing in the halls, even when no children are present. Others have felt small hands tugging at their clothes, or blankets being pulled off beds in the middle of the night. One guest reported hearing a child whisper, "Come play with me," while another woke to find a small ghostly figure standing at the foot of their bed, staring silently before disappearing. Some guests have also seen a woman in a long dress, believed to be Anne Kehoe, William's wife. She is often seen standing on the main staircase, as if waiting to greet visitors. The Kehoe House is open for guests, offering a charming stay with a hint of the supernatural. Now we head to Andersonville, home of the infamous Andersonville Prison, officially known as Camp Sumter. During the Civil War, this prison held over 45,000 Union soldiers in terrible conditions. Nearly 13,000 prisoners died from disease, malnutrition, and exposure. Visitors to the site have reported seeing the ghostly figures of soldiers wandering the grounds, some in tattered uniforms, others in ghostly, skeletal forms. The sounds of moaning and crying can often be heard, especially at night, along with the distant clanking of chains. Many believe these are the spirits of men who died, still trapped in their suffering. One very chilling story comes from a night watchman who heard a faint voice calling, "Help me," from the darkness. When he approached, he saw a figure of a soldier standing by the ruins of the old stockade. who then vanished into the mist. Paranormal investigators have captured numerous EVPs, including one that clearly says, "Water," a desperate cry from the thirsty men who once filled the camp. Andersonville Prison is now a historic site and open to the public, with a museum dedicated to the memory of those who suffered there. Now back to Savannah, we visit the Pirate's House, one of the oldest buildings in Georgia. Built in 1753, it served as a tavern and an inn for sailors. The building is rumored to be connected to a network of underground tunnels used for smuggling and Shanghaiing sailors. Guests and staff have reported seeing ghostly figures dressed as pirates roaming the halls, their heavy boots echoing on the old wooden floors. Some have heard the sound of a bottle rolling across the floor, only to find nothing there. The legend says that several pirates died violently in the tavern, and their restless spirits remain. There is also a tale of a headless pirate who haunts the basement, still searching for his lost treasure. One guest dining in the restaurant reported feeling a sharp tug on his coat, only to turn and see a pirate with a scarred face leering at him. Others have reported hearing the sound of distant shanties, old sea songs sung by invisible voices. The Pirate's House is still open as a restaurant, where you can enjoy a meal and maybe a ghostly visit from a pirate past. Our final stop is in Milledgeville, at the old Governor's Mansion. Built in 1839, this mansion served as the residence of Georgia's governors until 1868. It has a long history and has seen its share of tragedy and loss. Visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a woman in a long dress, believed to be one of the governor's wives. She has been seen standing by the windows, staring out as if waiting for someone to return. Some have heard footsteps echoing through the halls, even when the building is empty. There are also reports of doors opening and closing on their own, and the sound of distant voices in conversation. One guide tells the story of a young boy who appears on the main staircase. He is often seen playing with a toy horse, but when approached, he vanishes. Another guest claimed to see a ghostly figure dressed in a Union officer's uniform standing in the dining room, glaring before disappearing. The old Governor's Mansion is now a museum, open to the public, where you can explore its grand rooms and perhaps meet a ghost from the past. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed our look into the state of Georgia, more specifically, really, the city of Savannah. There were a lot of stories on this one, guys, but I decided to stick with mostly Savannah tales because, believe me, Savannah has a pretty dark history. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I really hope that you're enjoying our Haunted America series. So by now, I really think I deserve a follow and a 5-star review. So please take a moment right now and do both if you haven't. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, comments, or want to suggest anything for a future show, go ahead, send me an email to halloweenpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/thehalloweenpodcast. I post a lot of cool stuff there, so go over there, guys, and check it out. If you'd like to support the show, you can go ahead and, of course, leave us that 5-star review that I already talked about, but also go to our website, thehalloweenpodcast.com, and go to our merch store, order some stuff. Everything in there is pretty inexpensive, and it does help with a lot of production costs. Mostly all of the sound effects that you guys hear throughout the episodes, those cost money, so help me out here. And be sure to come back tomorrow, because we will be continuing our Haunted America series as we explore Hawaii. Until tomorrow, guys, I'll see you later. Have a good night.
Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify is there to help you grow. Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, and sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. What I love about Shopify is how no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify gives you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Westwood1.